Okay, so what makes somebody the wisest and the best in masonry? Well, first of all, you have to realize it has to do with access to knowledge. What makes somebody wise in the mind of a mason is how high up he is in masonry, how long he's been a mason, and what degree he's attained. And also, it is the perspectives of masons in general. They have the worshipful masters, and, the heads of worldwide masonry, and the supreme commander, and the supreme council, and on, right? And in their minds, once they've achieved that, that's what makes them wise. Now, we live in a society that's run by masonry, okay? It's pretty much how it works in society as well, with a few differences. So, to make a long story short, people like me will be denied the rightful position because the Masons are, making their creation, their new world order, the great work of Masonry, the grand architect's blueprint that they're following. And in order to do that, they have to place somebody who is either a Mason or doing things in a way that is not gonna mess with the Masonic agenda. They might even be publicly opposed to Masonry, but privately they might not be, or their opposition might not be that serious, and because they're white, they allow it to happen, or because they have family members who are Masons or Jews, they allow it to happen. This is just common sense. It's not like, oh, that is quite an insightful inference. No, this is really a no-brainer. It's sad, It's sad that it's like this. Masonry has been exposed thoroughly in the past, and many people are too stupid to see it. Now, the rituals I know are real from my own research, and the videos don't lie. In this case, it's an old video. It's recorded from an old device, and it's very obvious that this is what they do, and no one has any reason to lie about it. But listen to what they're saying. He basically says that God hated science, and he's trying to hold back man, and so on and so forth, which is exactly what Pike is saying in Morals and Dogma. Albert Mackey and all the most famous and most well-renowned, most commonly read Masonic authors are saying.
Before a long time as well. In the darkened eyes of the plain masses, your works do not always look good. Your works don't always look good. Oh, you blesser of our hearts. But only Jesus can explain the laws of the universe. Without your works, O Satan, the universe would be nonsensical. Only you revitalize, only you produce work, only you refine the commonwealth. You seal virtue. To you belongs the beginning. To you belongs the throne. You, O Adonai, Adonai is our God, the God of the Old Testament, and they turn against him. You, O Adonai, God of thunder and God of injustice, we deny you. You hate science, but we prevail and possess science in spite of you.
So basically he said the God of thunder and God of injustice who hates science, and that they've advanced science in spite of him.
You hate happiness, but we will earn it through science in spite of you. Each one of our progresses is a triumph under which your divinity is. Spirit of lies and delusion, your kingdom is over. 6 victims among your enemies. Your body have been destroyed and deteriorated. Your name, which up to now was the last word of the wise, the authority of the judge, is the oath. The power of the ruler, the hope of the poor, the refuge of the penitent, the evildoer, your name, which is unhonorable for us, from now on, you will bring the scorn and the anathema of men. You will be erased, and you will be progressively forgotten. You will be named as the synonym of hypocrisy, lies, superstition, tyranny, and misery. Only the devil can talk like this. These people are really demon-possessed, as you can see. As long as humanity continues to bow down to...
So basically right now they're putting the sword to his chest, and they're saying, can you tell what this is? Okay, for the psychological effect. He says, well, I think it's a sword. He said, yes, this shows you that you will suffer and regret it the rest of your life if you tell. Basically, we're going to kill you, and you're going to either see it coming or it's going to be slow, like a soft kill. So gang stalking and soft killing is basically a masonic way of doing things.
The terrible monster statues, humanity will be the slave of kings, priests, humanity will suffer and wither. This is why the three virtues, the motto of the French Revolution, liberty, equality, and brotherhood, has been said to be of Masonic origin. As long as men will swear in your hateful name, the breaking of the oath will be the foundation of society. Go away, get lost, O executioner of our logic, menace of our conscience. And here Leo Paxton adds that the nations of the 33rd degree kneel in front of Baphomet, a statue of Satan, who is raised above the earth. And he's none other than the great architect of the universe.
This is the one.
But a great architect
how they
of
are.
the universe, Baphomet, is the devil. This is who the nations worship.
They are cutting up a goat to drink its blood. And look what they're wearing. Reminds you of the Ku Klux Klan, anyone? This guy right here, typical image of a Klansman. Because the KKK were started by Nathan Bedford Forrest. These are Eurocentric scum with a Roman and satanic perspective.
Participants to the great secret of Masonry. The great secret of Masonry, and that's exactly what we're talking about. The great secret of Masonry is that the great architect of the universe is the devil, and not that the nations need to worship, and not the God of the Christians whom the nations must destroy at all costs. This, my friends, encompasses the deep secret of Masonry. Again, Masons of the
if you think this is a harmless social club, you're a fucking idiot.
They simply go through some rituals, and if the Masons see that they're not very progressive and they are not the type that they want to promote, then they do not promote them. Once again, the deep secrets of Masonry.
Here's a hidden camera in the Masonic Lodge. Okay, so here's where you get your feminism, right? Links up to Satanism. All these philosophies that I say that Masons and Satanists have been pushing, it all goes back to Masonry. Feminism, don't slut shame. She's basically a whore that has some clothes on, doing what whores do without their clothes on. Okay. And at first you saw those dancing females, kind of like a Vegas thing. Secret societies in the mafia that gave Vegas its start on record, and showbiz in Hollywood certainly do not predate Masonry. Masons look up to the Greeks, the Pythagoreans, the Greek tragedies, the Greek plays, the homosexuality in Greece, homosexuality in the Greek theater, Pan, so on. So I mean, this is you're seeing it for yourself. Look at this guy, how he's like smirking. He's like, ha ha ha. It's so cute. It's blah blah blah. And you see how they try to make themselves look like gentlemen or something when they're doing something very depraved. They're used to doing things that are depraved and secret, while maintaining this kind of poker face. And of course in Vegas they play poker. I mean, they're basically most of Western culture, as we know it, comes from satanic Masonic culture.